What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Often imitated, can never be duplicated. The quality that we bring to you guys here in all fantasy football and NFL news, everything from betting angles, so on and so forth. We have you covered. Make sure that you hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that subscriber count going, running up. We greatly appreciate all of you. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when any of our shows go live. You definitely want to be notified anytime we go live. During the off season, I'm probably just going to start randomly doing this, and you'll kind of catch on what days I'll be going live. But definitely hit that notification bell if you guys have not already. If you don't know me, if this is your first time, it's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. You can see the name tag. Make sure you guys give me a follow on Twitter at Rumboyz Robbie. Rumboyz spelled with a Z, N-E-T. Everywhere else, we'll be dropping a brand new TikTok for you guys this week. I'll probably drop a couple of different short projects for you guys and start dropping some draft predictions, so on and so forth. Want to shout out our sponsors before we get into the cast and crew that are going to be joining us backstage. I'm going to kick things off, and then we'll be having some gentlemen join us throughout the stream. I'm going to keep giving you guys time to gather in, start dropping your questions about some shit that went down today, a couple of different things that went down today. Want to shout out GLD, promo code GLD. You guys see I'm rocking my Dodgers chain today. Get on over there to GLD, shopgld.com. DM me if you need a link. Let's take it away with a quick promo clip.
How about in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, when you're not.
Get on over there, ladies and gentlemen. Springtime is coming up. You want to look real nice, look real fly. Get your team on a GLD chain. Really icy, really nice. Also want to give a shout out to All 22, the brand new fantasy football format where you get to draft a full 53-man roster. Shout out to our homies over at PFF. Giving us an opportunity to work with the homies over at All 22. All 22 Pro Football focuses brand new fantasy football format. Think of it almost as if you're in franchise mode. Get on over there, take 40% off the subscription price. Use promo code Rumboyz. Run it up this season with our brand new fantasy football format. You're drafting linemen, you're drafting linebackers, you're drafting punters, like everything, like a full special teams. Like you're building a real team. It's really fun. And then finally, I want to shout out Champions Round. Link is in the description. Check out our daily dozens, our daily dozen player prop pools. We've been doing a lot of fun things over at Champions Round. We got a lot of dope funding through Champions Round. So big shout out to Champions Round. Get on over there, download the link, check out a lot of the new games that we got going on. Definitely play daily dozens. If you get 7 out of 12 right off a $12 entry, you could win $2,400. How many times have you played an SGP and you missed by a leg? You know what I'm saying? And you win nothing. This is an opportunity for you to take home some cake. All right, let's get into the show. It's time for me to see what's going on in the chat. Y'all been chilling long enough, and we got some people gathered up in here. Hell no, hell yeah. Yo, cheers to hell no, hell yeah. Shout out to him on his 1K subscribers. What is good? What is good? Jonathan, Mr. Winkin Weeds. We got Slap up in the chat. What's going on, fellas? Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. Steelers Nation. Patrick Peterson to Pittsburgh. We love grabbing those veterans. What I find unique about that move, so I'll kind of just, that's the first fucking football comment that we got. So we're going to get right into it. What I love about that move is that you're bringing in, although you lose Sutton, right? But then you gain Patrick P. And my personal belief, really quick during the stream, I am going to let you guys things that are news, things that are facts, and things that we do know. And I will also be very clear on things that I believe are speculation. Steelers Nation, I'm thinking that with that setup, you're bringing in that veteran presence, that veteran leadership. Who gives a fuck if he's lost a step, 2 or 3? That football mind of Patrick Peterson with your secondary, he still knows how to cover, he still knows how to read, and he has enough knowledge on plenty of receivers in the game to where he's still a damn good addition to any team's secondary. That veteran presence is going to be strong in that locker room. I have a very strong feeling draft day, you guys are gunning for Joey Porter Jr. And I'm thinking that's why you bring in Patrick P to really pass down that torch. You know, hey, Joey Porter, we already know that it's in your bloodline, but we want this guy to teach you. We want you to play alongside him. And I think that pairing in Pittsburgh, you're going to see a very smash mouth defense. Those guys are going to be out there hitting. It's going to be some damn good football. What up, Matt? What up? We are doing good. Matt, things are shaping up. It looks like, you know, kind of for Houston. You guys are going to be moving Tunsil. Larry Tunsil looking to, according to him and his people, they want to try and reset the lineman market, the offensive lineman market. I'm interested to see how that's going to work. I think he's definitely going to get a deal done. I'm hearing rumors, keyword rumors, that the Chiefs are looking to maybe go after him. The Chiefs having already made some offensive line moves. Andrew Wiley now coming to the Commanders. I could see Larry Tunsil to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs being like, yeah, we'll pay you. Jimmy G, Raiders downgrade, in my opinion, says Leafs. You're a Raiders fan. Why do you feel like it's a downgrade? This is one of the things that I was super hyped to address. There was a take from one of he's a colleague. He's a sports analyst. He is a colleague. He has his own YouTube channel. We follow each other on Facebook. I am not calling this analyst out publicly. There is another analyst I'm going to call out publicly later here on this show as we continue, keeping things steamrolling here through the live chat. Jimmy G, I don't think is a downgrade, but the take of Jimmy G is going to be a game manager at best for the Las Vegas Raiders. First off, that's the style of quarterback and the style of play that Jimmy G has always shown us, even dating back to his days as a Patriot, as a backup to Tom Brady. He's always been a game manager. He's always been a system QB, and sometimes that is not bad, and sometimes that is what you need. You didn't go and break the bank, how Lamar is asking teams to do for him, and I understand both sides of that situation. You got a guy who has a lot of football acumen, who's played a lot of football. There's a comment on my Facebook page today. Someone was like, Jimmy G is good until he gets injured. Now, of course, we're not predicting any injuries, and we don't really like joking about injuries from a comedic standpoint. But that person does have some validity to that statement. If Jimmy G can be good enough and can be decent enough and stay healthy in you guys' system, Vegas is putting some shit together. I'm also going to go over some DB numbers as we continue. The real Satin Camel, I think it's Satan Camel. What's going on, Nate? What's good, Nate? I like Darnold for QB3 and Hargrave for the Niners today. Really good moves for the 49ers. So you also kind of toss those moves in. You toss those moves in. I should have fucking just sat straight at the beginning of the stream. I like how you guys do well about the whole next man up system at quarterback, especially with quarterbacks tend to get hurt in Kyle Shanahan's system. I don't know what it is. This shit, the evidence is there all the way dating back to RG3. With that being said and stated, I think that's what the Sam Darnold grab was an insurance policy. It's like, okay, we're going to run out here with Trey Lance, but then we also have, this former first rounder. Hopefully he could be competent enough and just be good enough with the players surrounding him to keep us afloat and win some games. But then, hey, we still got my Glock Purdy healing up in the background, and we already know what he can do. So the 49ers with that Sam Darnold move, just being smart, building depth, making sure that you still have a guy in the quarterback room who can be competent should anyone go down. Great thought process by Shanahan. Hargrave, obviously a great move. That move speaks within itself. I feel like I don't have to really say too much about that move. Yes, the Laramie rumor is a thing. He is going to get the ability to go out there and seek. Sky's the limit for where he can land. I think that he is going to land. It's going to be one of two situations with Laramie. It's either he's landing on a ready to go, ready to make a push type of team, type of offense, or it's, hey, we're building here, but hey, 2-3 years we're gonna have a ring. It's very much gonna be who can foot the bill and help him reset the lineman market, because that is what he is seeking. But then there's also that other side of, we got to make sure that he's going to fit in the system. I think Chiefs could definitely be a landing spot, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders, after grabbing Wiley today, say, hey, give them a ring and want to, kind of give them. I made a joke earlier, a couple of days ago, or I believe it was yesterday or today. Hey, just we're calling and saying that we're thinking about you. We'll see. I think that Laramie can move. Jets are running out of options. Everyone they thought they had a chance to get has been off the market. Rodgers is their only hope. Okay, we're going to talk about this. Dilly. I was going to wait, but there's no better time than now for me to just go on this rant. I am coining the phrase, you have been dobbed. It has happened to, I don't know a single analyst, and you guys have watched this show and watched this YouTube channel grow since 2018. I don't know a single analyst that this has not happened to. Somehow, some way, Dov Kleiman has to be stopped. I don't know who. No one knows. No one has ever seen fucking Dov in person in real life. No one has ever been able to interview this man on a podcast. We know who Shefty is. We know who Rappaport is. I get that he says his news came from Trey Wingo. Wingo's not an insider. When is the last time in the last 5 fucking years has Trey Wingo been your go-to source for breaking NFL free agency frenzy news? That this is not his time period. That was done for clicks. I love every single reporter that I work with. No one has ever seen Dov. How this dude can announce moves before they happen and the information that he gets when he gets it is completely preposterous. But the fact that he even fooled Garrett Wilson, you fooled one of the guys on the team. Everyone thought, even the Jets locker room thought that Dov's tweet was real. Call me Batman. And I guess he's the Joker. But stuff like that, I'm here to stop. I want to clear that up, guys. Please, if it doesn't come from an insider, I have no problems relaying news from Schefter or Rappaport and bringing it to you guys and bringing you the Rumboyz perspective and how things shape up and ship out. Please, guys, don't just run off. If our channel hasn't shared a post about it or shared a tweet about it, if we haven't gone live and brought it to you, and if it doesn't, and hell, if you're watching or live tweets and shit, come in. If it's not coming from an insider, please Be careful following and reposting. And for my fellow colleagues and my fellow analysts out there, guys, we've been at this shit for years. We know better. We know better. Don't get doved. And that's my rant on that. Fucking gosh, I can't believe that asshole did that. And then try to justify it underneath Garrett Wilson's tweet. It's like, bro, there's nothing to justify here. You tried to run with the story that isn't live yet, and we all knew it wasn't live yet. Aaron Rodgers will announce it. You'll hear it from Rodgers first. Talk of the town right now with she's talk of the town right now with everything. I don't think that they're the talk of the town right now. I feel like the talk of the town is realistically how badly depleted the Philadelphia Eagles are becoming on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if Philadelphia is going to be able to compete in the same manner. They're going to be competitive because, of course, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. But, I mean, Miles Sanders leaving, half the offensive line leaving, like the whole secondary gone. The whole secondary gone. You know, but worried with the O-line, especially McClinchy going to donkeys. I wouldn't worry. You guys will get offensive linemen. You guys do really well. The 49ers do really well at getting O-linemen. Want Rodgers to stay in Green Bay. I don't think not even Green Bay wants Rodgers to stay in Green Bay. I think that Green Bay is pretty over with it. Like, I think that they're pretty much done. I feel like that there's some deep-seated of all the teams that Rodgers could have chosen, the Jets, and it could, you know what I mean? Like the fact that everything is heavily connecting him to the New York Jets. First off, I'm excited to see how he's going to deal with that media whenever it does get announced, because I do firmly believe that he will be a New York Jet. But I have this weird conspiracy theory that he must have some deep-seated vitriol towards Brett Favre, to where it's like he's like purposely like following in his like weird little like footsteps, just without the welfare fraud. That's just my personal opinion. Like, that's a personal conspiracy theory. No fact if he has vitriol towards Brett Favre or not. Ravens releasing Campbell worries me a bit, but the likelihood of him coming back on a revised deal is high. Campbell is interesting. He's old, but he can still play. He can still play at a high level, obviously. Connor, you should be receiving your Super Bowl chain any day now, honestly. By the way, him coming back to Baltimore on a revised deal, I mean, I could see that because of his age. Another team being willing to take a shot on him. The Ravens are really playing this game with like a lot of their players, where it's like, yeah, go ahead and test the market. You're going to come back to us. And it's a very, very interesting tactic by Baltimore. If I'm Campbell, I'd probably go back on a revised deal. Say, hey, bring me back. If I'm Campbell, I don't know. A team will pick him up. A team will definitely probably pick him up. I don't think he goes back to Baltimore. I take that back. I don't think he goes back to Baltimore. If Ravens franchise tag Lamar Jackson, expect them to make a heavy move for D-Hop for a real wide receiver one. I don't expect Lamar to play underneath that tag. That's an interesting situation. We did talk about that on Rumboyz after dark. I still do, even here on a Monday, I still believe that one of the teams are bluffing. A draft day trade could possibly swing Lamar's way. That's going to be super interesting. I feel like a team is eventually going to cave and be like, you know what, like, this guy's still on the market, still available, and we need a QB1. Washington. You know, that the Lamar thing is more of a personal opinion. No facts or basis around that situation at the given moment. I want Raiders to rather draft a QB. If you can develop a guy like Hooker, we draft them for sure. I don't know. I feel like you guys needed the veteran, still. I think that you needed a guy that's going to fit in your system. McDaniels and Garoppolo, I feel like is going to go great together. Uh, there's a lot of talent on that offense to where, hell yeah. By the way, Gators should be here in a couple of minutes, guys. But there's a lot of a lot of talent on that offense to where, hell yeah, like Jimmy G should be able to go out there and sling it, and be able to get some things done behind that offense. If I'm the Raiders, you need to keep bulking up that secondary. Them getting Marcus Epps. He played the most snaps of any player last season of that Philadelphia Eagles team. You need to. I feel like you keep him. You go for or I'm sorry. I feel like the addition of Epps is good. You need to go and keep getting secondary help, whether that's through free agency or through the draft. Keep getting secondary help. Keep bulking up that secondary. To have a decent you have a decent rush defense, a decent run defense. Now just be able to protect against the pass. And I feel like, you guys have an offense that go out there and put up, 27 points a game. I feel like you're moving in the right direction. If you and then even if you do get Hooker late or something like that, like third, fourth round, solid. I gotta go back and look at you guys' picks for the Raiders. But even at his age, Campbell deserves a bag. If he could get something like a sorry. Zach Allen agrees to 3 years. Zach Allen with the Broncos. Okay. So some notable line moves. Okay. Some notable line moves. We tagged him in Stiller and we don't have the money now. Exactly. Jimmy G is the winner. He can play on his worst days and can still win. And yeah, I think the Raiders can go out there and win with Jimmy G. We're asking people passing by for spare change. Damn, that's true. Eric Kendricks to the Chargers. I'm about to dive into Twitter to get you guys some updates. I'm seeing some things come through. What's your personal opinion on what the Bears did today, dude? There's no way that we can't talk about we can't talk about the Bears. I don't think you guys keep Tunsil. We got to talk about the Bears. Like, we can't do this episode without talking about the Bears. The Bears are on the move. Like, the Bears, Bowles has been at work. Like, for real. That man's 2 phones, and he is going off. One for the trades and one for the free agency moves. He's going completely off. I am loving what the Bears are doing. You guys are putting something together. Is it enough to really give you that push and put you over the hump? We have to see it all on the field. All these moves can be great, and you can put together all this talent. You got to do something with it. Hopefully, you guys can put something together. But damn, you gotta love it. You have to love everything with Chicago and everything that Chicago is doing and Chicago is putting together. My gosh, like, I'm blocked by Dub. He had blocked me and then unblocked me, and I'm sure I'm going to be blocked at some point. So, remember when the Browns went all in for Watson, screwed relations with Baker, had no one else, luckily got him. Is Rodgers and the Jets going to work out like it did for Cleveland? Feels familiar. I don't think that I can see him going to the Jets and it not working out for the Jets, and like him sucking ass for the Jets. But I mean, the Jets also have a lot of pieces that are put together there, and they're ready to make a push. I'm more on the positive side for New York than versus being a pessimist towards the Jets. I'm being more. I have hope. If they get the Rodgers deal in ink, there's a theory out there. Big shout out to the homie Travis. Uh, there's a big theory out there. True Certain podcast. He kind of messaged me today and he was like, yo, what about like a package deal with Bakhtiari and Rodgers both going to the Jets? And maybe that's what's taking it, a little bit longer. And I could feel like that. I'd be willing to subscribe to that theory. Of course, that's only a theory. Yeah, Dov fucking Jimmy is a great vet. Locker room loves him. Will help Raiders. I think he definitely elevates the Raiders. I think he definitely elevates the Raiders, and he's a perfect persona for Vegas. Porn star Jimmy, baby, let's go. Those Carolina Rats are going to take Stroud, I think, but deep down, I think they take AR. Bro, Carolina giving up DJ Moore, moving up to get the first, definitely tells me Stroud. I'm so thinking that it's Stroud, and then them being willing to trade Matt Corral away, and I think that it's obvious they're going for Stroud. I don't think that it's smart for them to completely clear out their quarterback room by any means. I don't agree with that. I feel like, no, you should keep Corral because you're going to need a backup in case something happens to the rookie Stroud. But yeah, Carolina moves feel very much give and take. They're improving the defense, but then the offense is becoming abysmal. What do you feel happens with Eckler? Running back is very tough right now for like just the market for running back. He is right at his age to be like, I need to go somewhere that's ready to win and will pay me. He's not wrong for that. I don't know what better situation. I always felt like Eckler was going to be a Chargers lifer. The Chargers do have to eventually start getting younger at many positions, running back being one of them, and wide receiver as well. But here they are restructuring money for wide receivers to keep Allen and Williams, and it's just the Chargers are trying to rinse and repeat. So Eckler trying to maybe get out of that situation, and maybe he's seeing that same thing and having that same vision. I'm willing to. I stand with Eckler. I hope that he gets a deal. I hope that a team picks him up. There's a lot of teams that could spend money. There are a lot of teams that have freed up a fuck ton of money. But then there's a couple of teams out there that with the money they've freed up, feel like that they're not going to do anything with it, and they're trying to play a long game for a couple of years, and set themselves up for futures. So with Eckler, I don't know if another team is willing to pay for a running back in his late 20s. Because Eckler's conversation, along with like the Derrick Henry conversation, are kind of almost like similar. You have these really vastly talented guys, and haven't really shown us that they're losing a step per se. And we feel like, as fans, they can still be productive towards many different teams. Hell, if you were to tell me, hey, yo, what do you feel about Eckler coming to your Commanders or Derrick Henry coming to your Commanders? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, like let's do it. But then when I start getting into the numbers of how much you'd have to pay for a talent like that, while they're still doing their shit, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I think that Mechie could be back. And which is why I still have him. On rostered. He's on a taxi squad. In a dynasty league that I have. If you guys haven't gotten into dynasty, definitely get into dynasty. My wife is hopeful for Jordan Love. I think he's good. Your thoughts? I hate using like the history repeats itself take, but if history does repeat itself for Green Bay, he should be fine. I feel like you got to give him some time. I don't think that you expect Jordan Love to just come out there and just drop jaws and just be like, oh, like, wow, like this kid is magnifico. But that is definitely also well within the realm of possibilities. Uh, expect it to be shaky to start off with, but then maybe by like week 4, week 5, this team kind of starts, getting together and they start showing some promise. 3rd, 4th in the NFC North is where I have this team currently. And I don't think that it sways and gets, any better than 3rd or 4th in the North. With Rodgers going to the Jets, the Lions steadily getting better and better. The Vikings are hit or miss right now because they're obviously going to now draft a receiver to replace Thielen, but then Zadarius Smith is going to leave, and like they're losing pieces on the defense. So yeah, that division's wide open. If Jordan Love can go out there and compete, and if he's done enough to bond with the team that Rodgers didn't do, those are really going to be the things that make up whether or not they'll have chemistry enough to go far as a team. I don't know if Jordan Love goes out there and just starts ripping off wins. We haven't gotten to see the kid, but Green Bay notoriously sits guys forever and ever and ever, and then when they throw them out there, they do well. So that's my take on just the quarterback situation in Green Bay. It should pan out. History shows that it does. You got to have faith if you're a Packers fan. Young to Houston is still alive. You know what? I see that. I see Bryce Young to Houston. It's a reach. Carolina going for Anthony Richardson. That rumor is been weighing on my mind heavily, but my personal take is that they go Stroud. But Carolina, Anthony Richardson, or either Stroud and then Houston somehow snagging Young. I could see that. I could see that. The AR is literally Cam 2.0, so I could see it. See, yeah, boom, yep. Yeah, Carolina's been very give and take with their moves that they've been making. I don't like what Carolina's doing. Carolina is, I believe, in my personal opinion, they're trying to do the whole let's build our defense first thing, and then let's start working on our offense. And I believe that they're one of the teams that are trying to play the long game. Yo, Atlanta willing to go jumbo set, grabbing freaking Jonnu Smith. Can we touch on that really quick? Dude, I love everything that Atlanta's doing. I feel like every time I turned around for like the first half of the day from like 10 a.m. to like 9 a.m. all the way to fucking like damn near 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. today. It was just like Atlanta. They strengthened the line. You're now able to go double tight end with, of course, Pitts, Smith, Drake London. You're clearly putting faith in Desmond Ridder. You brought in that extra big body, go up and get it, weapon in Jonnu for Ridder. I like it. I like it. Like, just Atlanta keep building. Keep building. It's a familiar target, so for Arthur Blank there, or Arthur Smith, I'm sorry. So yeah, he's never had a good contract, honestly. He took a team-friendly deal. Let him get his bag. Our cap is very hard to get under next year. We can't have him in a Herbert extension. This is true. Hang on. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me double check. I just need to double check a couple of things. See, who is hopping in. I was trying to get Raj and J Love, and then also let me check with Rappaport here. The Texans are expected to sign former 49ers DB Jimmy Ward, sources say, giving new coach DeMeco Ryans a familiar face and a leader for his DBs. Hey, so another move, Jimmy Ward, Ryans getting a familiar guy there. Big move for the Texans, getting some leadership, getting a veteran. I like that. I like that for Houston a lot. Eckler to Baltimore would be amazing. Him and LJ. Ooh, I don't know if Lamar is even fucking gonna. I don't think Lamar suits up in purple and black. I'm just gonna keep it true. Connor said the Dynasty Attic. I think it gets the best of us all. Mike is probably on his way home. Gator is getting out of a show meeting, and then he'll be jumping on. J-Lo said he might be hopping on. Jameis Winston is going to be returning to the Saints. Jameis Winston is returning to the Saints. That deal getting finalized. Robbie, next John Jones fight, big stream. You know what? I'll start trying to make fight streams happen. I know I definitely wanted to try and stream the next one for you guys. Matt, y'all would draft Anthony Richardson. I don't think that the Texans are going Anthony Richardson. I don't see that. I think that it's Bryce Young. Like I'm starting to get more of a feel for Bryce Young to Houston. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But think about how many times we've done draft prediction shows. This isn't a draft prediction show by any means. Think about how many draft prediction shows that we've done and we've hit. So definitely something to think about. I'm really thinking Anthony Richardson to Carolina. Is Richardson or Stroud? I need to make up my mind of how it's going to happen, but I'm really thinking it's Stroud. Doing Usman, Leon Edwards? I probably am. I've been thinking about it. I probably am. Any of those three QBs could go one. It's wild. Exactly. It's gonna be a toss up. It's gonna be a toss up. But then kind of once one goes in, you'll get a feel of how that board is about to fall. What's good, Albert? What's good? What was surprising? Aiden, after this show, I'll be filling out my March Madness bracket. I have to fill out my March Madness bracket for our one that we're doing. I believe I got you guys. I put the link in the Discord for everyone, so you should be able to go to the Discord and get the March Madness link. I'll share it on Twitter again tonight after this show, and I'll also share it. I'll share it on Twitter and Facebook, so you guys can fill out a bracket for Rumboyz. But I also shared Scott Fish and Pat Mayo's March Madness bracket as well. That one's for charity. So I'm gonna be doing two brackets. I'll be doing the one for charity, and of course I do our annual bracket that we all do together. So yeah, I'm gonna fill it out. You guys will be able to see my bracket in the app. It'll be in the ESPN Tournament Challenge app. So you guys will be able to find it. Rumboyz Bracket Busters. I'm probably gonna give away another GLD chain. Niners trade a lot of those picks for O-line or targeting them or targeting them with those picks. I think that you mix it up. You do a combination of both. I think there's a combination of both that's going to happen there. That's way too many fucking compensatory picks. Just like, yeah, we're going to use all of them. I don't think that you use all of those picks. Sorry, I do have NFL Network over on the smart TV over here, over on my YouTube TV. So if you guys see me kind of like peek over there, then that's why. If you see me swipe down or if like I freeze, it's because I'm checking news for you guys. Matt, excited about that Jimmy pick. Jawan not worth 20 mil. Sorry, tell Mike. But you had to figure that after the display that the Jaguars put on against the Chiefs, excuse me, you had to figure that the Chiefs were and the Chiefs having to like obviously make a lot of moves to free up money to keep Patrick healthy or to keep Patrick happy and to keep Patrick with weapons to keep repeating that dynasty. You knew that they were going to fucking go out there and pay the man. You knew they were going to go out there and snatch Juwan from Jacksonville. You knew that. Like I feel like we all knew that. That you talk about for the fight. I haven't looked at the lines for the fight this week. I'm beginning some research for a Rumboyz Sportsbook Live Wednesday night, so I'll be dropping. I have some juicy fucking upsets that we're going to discuss on the Sportsbook show Wednesday night. So make sure you guys definitely fucking stay tuned for that because that's going to be hype. That's going to be dope. No, I'm so goddamn hyped for our defense. I know you're doing great things. I mean, Petrie is a guy that I love. I love the way that he covers. Yo, speaking of freaking covering, I don't like that we got Danzer from Minnesota. I'm as a Commanders fan, I'm not happy about that. I just don't like him in press situations. I don't like him when he has to man up. We'll see what happens. We'll see the situations that Del Rio and Rivera put him in, let alone see if he makes the team. A lot of the sightings that the Commanders threw out there outside of like the Wiley one, I'm not sure if some of those guys even make the team. A lot of low market signings, a lot of special teams guys type of signings. So more to come on that. Plus 230 for Leon is so tempting. I just feel like Usman wants to finish and Leon can piece him. I like that. Plus 230 is a damn good solid bet. Well, we offered him like 15 or so, and I thought it was too high. I don't feel like that's too high. With the way that the NFL is beginning to pan out, the running back market is doing this. The quarterback market is doing this. When the quarterback market begins to rise and is rising, the offensive line market has to as well. I don't blame NFL executives for holding out on paying high price at the running back position. I have absolutely zero qualms with that. I have absolutely no problems with that. What I do have an issue with is when guys like Lamar Jackson aren't getting paid. At least, even if you're not going to give him the whole number, give him close to. Give him close. If you're one of those other teams out there, be like, yo, like, what do you think about this? Guys getting 34.5. Guys getting 35, guys getting 38, guys getting 40. Give Lamar what he wants. That's the way I feel with that. Here, let's jump over here real fast. Aw. Just got a really dope snap. Let's check over here on Twitter. Let's see if we got any updates. The Bills have restructured the contracts of quarterback Josh Allen and Von Miller, creating approximately $32 million in salary cap. So that's solid. That's solid, and that's something that I can run with. What other moves do you guys really want to talk about? I can agree. I can agree, but at the same time, like when you look at the wall that he was putting up to protect Trevor, and if you're if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, having gone up against that team, you're looking at it and you're like, you're probably. I'm not upset at the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think that it was a bad move. I don't think that it was a bad move. I completely understand that. March Madness makes me so horny. I think that it makes everyone horny. Oh, me so horny. Yeah, Gator said he would jump on it. He said it in our group chat. And I know I definitely want to get a lot of his perspective. He also has Sheriff, one of the best tackles next to him. The Chiefs have a great line as well. But you can't deny that. You can't, those guys aren't slouches over there, and they develop linemen really freaking well in Kansas City. So any tangibles, any fundamentals that maybe weren't as crisp, they're just going to clean that up. When players go to Kansas City, Andy Reid gets the best out of players. Straight up. Aiden, the way that I know that you're speaking about Oral Roberts, the college, but the way that you wrote that, like, bruh. Let's see, what are some other moves that I wanted to go over some defensive back numbers with you guys. I know for damn sure I wanted to go over some DB contract numbers, and kind of talk about a couple of these guys. The Bucks with Jamal Dean, 4 years, $52 million. Decent. I like that. Yo, Falcons getting Jesse Bates. Like, Falcons, again, I kept telling you guys, I felt like I kept seeing Falcons pop up today. I love that one. 4 years, $64 million. Bates has taken the Bengals, as far as he has, and being a contributor for Cincinnati on the back end of that defense, practically keeping Eli Apple employable in Cincinnati. Dude's been in fucking 5 teams, but whatever. I intended it that way. Oh my gosh. I'm dead. But I absolutely love the Jesse Bates signing for Atlanta. Atlanta's making jumps. They're making jumps. Chicago's making jumps. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of those two organizations. I talked about Jamal Dean, the Cam Sutton one. Cam Sutton to the Lions. The Lions, you're just needing secondary help. And you're just needing secondary experience. And guys just have that dog in them. I felt like they were going to go and get Ramsey. Ramsey ended up in Miami, which I love for Ramsey. I love for the Dolphins. We had a lot of faith in the Dolphins the start of last season, and I think that we can kind of begin to reignite that. It's going to be pretty late watching them in practice. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey in practice. I'm excited to see that. Von Bell to the Panthers. Panthers, what was that, 3 years? 22.5 mil. 22.5 mil on that one. 22.5 mil. Just sad we didn't get Moorhead in the tournament. Jags winning the bowl. I'm sad that freaking the Tar Heels didn't play good enough to fucking get in the tournament. But once again, with the Panthers, give and take. Patrick P, his 2 years, 14 mil. Marcus Epps, the Marcus Epps to the Raiders one is my favorite one. That is my favorite. Out of all the DB signings that took place today, out of all the DB moves, my favorite is Epps to the Raiders. Because, holy fuck, they needed it. They definitely needed it. You look back at a lot of their games last year for Vegas, and that was really just the big difference maker. There wasn't much of a difference maker outside of like you need a secondary. You need to put bodies back there that can swat down balls and make interceptions. That can fucking read offenses and mess up receivers' timing. And just the Raiders had none of that. They had none of that. Teams were going out there and just playing them tit for tat. And a lot of the games that the Raiders lost were well within their grasp of winning. And the fact that they lost almost damn near every fucking game was pitiful. So getting Marcus Epps, I expect this team to turn around. Getting Jimmy G, I expect this team to turn around. Big winners today: Vegas, Atlanta, Chicago for damn sure. Chicago with the Tremaine Edmonds signing. Gosh, like when you go and you get Edmonds and you get a guy like that, just everything that Poles is doing for that organization right now. Chicago, you have something to look forward to. I'm interested to see how the offensive schemes are going to work when you have DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, and Chase Claypool. I'm interested to see what the new 1-2 punch in the backfield is going to look like. Obviously, they're going to keep Khalil Herbert. They're keeping Khalil Herbert. So I'm interested to see how that's going to shape up. Maybe they choose to bring in Eckler. Like, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think that they can afford it, but maybe they, say like, "Hey, Derrick Henry, you like." I don't know. I don't know. We all know that the salary cap isn't technically real. Quotation marks, quote unquote. Let's see. It looks like they're okay. So you still got Marcus Davenport from the Saints available. If you're looking for a guy that can really stop the run, really stuff gaps, I like that call. I like that call. Where he would go, I don't know. Levante David, a free agency fit. I'm hoping that they do, and I'm hoping that we get that Lamar news soon. When we get the Lamar news, I'm definitely going to be going live. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing at my daytime job. I'm putting that down. I'll throw a fucking customer on hold quick to go live and drop that news for you. Let's see who else. Oh, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Ah, shit. That was bad. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson still available. Byron Murphy still available. That could be a great fit. That could be that could be a great guy for a couple people. Yeah, donkeys aren't doing a damn thing today. They're not doing a damn thing today. I don't like this take of Byron Murphy as a fit to Denver though. But of course, that's a David Carr fucking take for you. Yeah, I don't know if I like Byron Murphy to Denver. Denver has some decent has a decent secondary. It's not the secondary that I'm fucking worried about in Denver. It's not the defense at all that anyone worries about. Oh, Jordan Poyer's still available. Poyer definitely needs to get picked up. And I'm super interested to see where he goes. Again, teams needing the secondary market, and I think I've posted this a couple of times. The secondary market is where teams are really going to be able to make or break themselves and really be able to make that switch from on the outside of the playoffs to inside of the playoffs. So from the outside looking in. And hell, maybe even possibly for a couple of these teams, put them over the edge to win a Super Bowl. I am underneath the firm belief that you don't need, one of the elite guys. I think that you can win a Super Bowl with a game manager, quote unquote, type of guy. We've seen it before. I think a lot of these teams are being smart at playing it that way. Whatever team that gets Lamar is going to fucking skyrocket to the moon. Yeah, if you're Philly, you definitely better call fucking Hoyer. I saw somebody say that the Eagles are still favorites to keep Chauncey Gardner CJC. CGC, blah, God. Any other ones that you guys want to discuss here? Any ones that I didn't touch on? Any ones that let me scroll through. Let me see if there's anything that I missed. Oh, defensive tackle Jamont Jones is going with the Seahawks. Is going with the Seattle Seahawks. What up, J Money? What's good? What's good, bro? So Seahawks making a move there. Oh, Davenport 6 minutes ago. The Vikings are signing Marcus Davenport, $13 million, 1 year deal. And it sounds like Zadarius Smith will still be out the door for Minnesota. Chiefs ain't getting no Jonathan Taylor. Oh, Caden Ellis to the Falcons. That's a little interdivision move right there. I'm trying to see if there's any ones that I have missed so far. Eric Hendricks is signing with the Chargers. I think I talked about that earlier. Damn good pickup for the Chargers. I think I've touched on almost all the big signings. Brandon Cooks looking to be traded, could potentially be traded. That is one. Let's see here. The Panthers have a deal for Bradley Bozeman, lock him in long term. He gets 3 years, $18 million. Let's see. Oh, the Giants. The Giants getting a linebacker, Bobby Okerke. Oh yeah, Jawan Taylor. Yes, I did, and I touched on that earlier. Good pickup for you guys. Good pickup. Aiden doesn't feel that he's worth the money. So we have Bobby Okerke to the Giants. Giants improving their linebacker core, improving their defense. Their defense was actually pretty decent this year, so good on them. I think that was the only guy that I didn't mention during this free agency episode. Dante Adams not happy. He said no one talks to him. If anyone hasn't talked to him in the last 3 weeks, don't fucking talk to him. So that's different. Mike White to the Dolphins, I didn't touch on. I like that because you need a backup for Tua. You need a competent backup. It is very evident that they did not have the depth to go out there and win games from the quarterback position. So I love that pickup. I love that pickup. They drastically needed a QB in that quarterback room. There's a lot of moves. A lot of little minor ones throughout the day that I kind of posted about and I kind of tweeted about. Did some posts about them. Yeah, I touched on Draymond Jones to Seattle. I like that. Like I said, I mean, the Broncos didn't have problems with their defense. So, I mean, anyone that's getting a Broncos player, I mean, that Broncos defense was holding teams to plenty of unders. Like, if you were betting this year, you knew to bet anything under. Like, if the Broncos were playing, I'm betting that under point spread. I'm betting that under point total. So anyone that's getting any of those players, any of those guys, they're getting studs. They're getting studs. So, I mean, congrats to the Seahawks. They know Seahawks know what they're doing at picking up defensive guys. They know what they're doing. They do really well about putting that together and coaching defense. Any of y'all have any questions? Any questions about how certain moves impact certain fantasy outlooks or system changes, just anything like that? Yeah, Mike White is definitely better than those two. Oh God. Mike White is definitely better than those two. I feel like I touched on every single move, but I really want to make sure that how many QBs does Shanahan kill this year? He'll probably go through the whole fucking depth chart. Like I want Brock Purdy to be you guys' guy. I want him to be the starter. I feel like Purdy should definitely be QB2 on the depth chart. If I'm Shanahan, I'm like, all right, Lance, you're gonna start the season. If you fuck up or if you get hurt, we're going right to Brock Purdy. Like you're going, yeah. If I'm Shanahan, I'm going right to Brock Purdy. I'm skipping Sam Darnold. And if anything happens to Purdy, then that's when Sam Darnold gets to play. I don't feel like Sam Darnold should see a fucking football field. What grown man catches mono? Like, no, you're not a leader of men. You want the Jags to get Myers? Calvin Ridley has reported in to the facility, so that's solid. Jacoby Myers, I don't know where he lands. That dude's a wide receiver 3 in my eyes. I do not see him. But the fact of the page that he was the Patriots' best receiver, it's fucking scary. I feel like you gotta. Jacoby Myers would make a great like KJ Osborne, Tyler Boyd type of role. That's where I see Jacoby Myers. Teams that are desperate for a 3. Yo, the Bears could be looking at Mecole Hardman, by the way. Just throwing that out there. That'd be nasty. That would be nasty. That would be fucking sick. Because then I would just jet sweep like every other fucking like three sets of downs. Like every third possession that I get the rock, I'm like, oh, we're just gonna throw out a jet sweep. Like I just randomly would do it. Yes. Oh, love it. Love it. No, I don't know if I'm the Jaguars, I don't know if I want Jacoby Myers. I mean, I guess it's good for wide receiver depth. If I'm the Jaguars, I'm like, let's keep as much as what we have consistent. Yeah, if I'm the Jags, I'm not trying to do too much. I'm not trying to do too much. Who could the Chiefs replace, Hardman or Juju? They could definitely replace a Mecole. I think it's Mecole's time is up there, and I think that Mecole wants to go and get. He wants to go have a bigger role. For a different team, he's gotten 2 rings there. I think he wants to go and really try and have an impact on a team. When he's in the game, you definitely notice it. You do notice it, but I mean, and the Chiefs really did try and make him a top guy. He was drafted to be Tyreek Hill's replacement. Cooks to Jacksonville on like a veteran minimum. I could see Cook to the Chiefs on a veteran minimum. I could see. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. Brand, yeah, they're definitely looking to move him. Dallas has been super silent today, and I don't like that. They've been very fucking quiet. Like everyone else made moves. Like they sat back and like watched everyone else make moves. I felt like that was really weird. I think the way that the Tennessee Titans are choosing to rebuild their team is really fucking weird. The Tennessee Titans are bizarre. It's they that team's gonna have no leadership for a very long time. That team's gonna have to suck. I don't even know if Vrabel keeps that job much longer. Like, and not on his own, like type of. I think that it's just like, hey, look at what I've done. I'm gonna go get a better coaching position. Like, I'm done here. Let me go somewhere else. What team's getting OBJ? No fucking body. He needs to sit his ass down, bro. Dude practically has no fucking ACL. OBJ needs to please sit down. Enjoy life, dude. You got a Super Bowl ring. There's no need, like OBJ does not. No. Yeah, those are two anomalies of the day. The Tennessee Titans whole rebuild over like the last like month and a half, and then Dallas being quiet today. I feel like Dallas was the only team that was quiet today. I feel like everyone made some sort of splash. I saw every other team with a hashtag in front of it on Twitter today, but fucking Dallas. I can't believe I just said that in a sentence. That was weird. Rams, it's a tank team. I want Stafford and Cup gone. I think that everyone does. Yo, Baker Mayfield to the Tampa Bay Bucks. You want to talk about having a bridge quarterback? Like, first off, we all knew that Kyle Trask was not him. He was not Hemi Neutron. It's just no. So the fact that they went and they got Baker Mayfield, I felt like Baker was going to stay with the Los Angeles Rams, and he was going to be the bridge for them. And then Stafford would eventually retire. Stafford's not going to retire, so clearly they're riding with Stafford. Tampa's smart fucking move for you. If you're gonna blow it up, at least try and maintain some sort of like head above the water, like, waist above the water type of, persona to you. Which, going back to the Tennessee Titans, did zero of that during this offseason. If you're a Titans fan watching this broadcast, I actually don't feel sorry for you. Like, they did that to themselves. From the moment they brought Julio in, they began putting themselves into a hole. Yeah, Baker definitely not a bad stopgap. What's a good team for Cup? Anyone that can afford him? Anyone that gets Cooper Kupp automatically makes a fucking leap. But I don't think that's going to happen. I hate the Commanders stealing my assistant coach. He needed to go somewhere else. I think that there is a grand scheme where he becomes the Commanders' next head coach. Rivera having some health problems and has had some health problems and things. I think that this is Rivera's last year if he's not able to get this team into the playoffs. Which I think that the Commanders could get into the playoffs underneath Eric Bieniemy, Rivera, Jack Del Rio. That's one fucking stout coaching staff. Super stout coaching staff. Any other questions? Anything else that we want to throw out there? Because I do also have to make time to watch some rookie film tonight. Because I got to start preparing for the draft. Draft coverage is going to be lit. Draft coverage is going to be awesome. Thoughts on Wilkes as DC? I think Shanahan knows talent. Wilkes as a DC is perfect for Wilkes. It gives him an opportunity. I feel like Wilkes has definitely proven himself that, I should probably fucking have a head coaching job. This is a perfect time for him to prove. Yeah, he has all the pieces. I don't feel like that the 49ers lost a whole lot. I feel like, if anything, the Rich is getting richer in San Francisco. He proves himself. He gets a head coaching job next season. That's my thoughts on Wilks. Like, I don't think that you guys losing Ryans, exchanging Ryans and Wilks, it's not missing a beat really. And then Ryans in Houston is a perfect fit for them. Everything about that situation is perfect. It's just perfect. Leave it the way that the folk did it is. And go win some football games. I think you guys can win some football games. I don't think that we're going to trade Chase. Because if we were going to trade Chase Young, if we do trade Chase Young, it'll be with Baltimore. Because Baltimore love defensive pieces. They love defensive pieces. We signed Deron Payne. We're keeping Deron Payne, which I love that we did that. The kid went out there, the man went out there, got his fucking money, proved his bag, showed up to work, was never a fucking problem, never had a disciplinary problem out of Payne. Great work ethic, always healthy, and a big impact when he is in the game. I love that we keep Deron Payne. I just love everything that we're doing and that we have been doing defensively. Washington's problem has never really been defense so much. I mean, it's been in break defense, but we've always managed to have decent defenses, from like the LeVar Arrington days to the Sean Taylor days, RIP, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, Gator, Jay.
What is up, my brother? What is going on? What is good?
What's
Happy free agency Monday.
Dude, I've been running around putting out a lot of fires. Some of our colleagues have put out some bad information, so we had to go live to fucking save the day.
What's up, Leafs? I see you, boy. I see you out there in the chat. I see you. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? Yes, Jay Money, I agree with you. Gino is going to be fucking phenomenal next year.
Yeah, I think Gino's going to be amazing next year.
Yeah, we good there. Man, listen.
Really quick, did you get Dobbs? Did you get Dobbs today?
Sorry?
Did you get Dub today? Dub climbing with that BS fucking Aaron Rodgers news?
No, I have
cool.
I've got a drop that's coming as soon as that shit happens. But I only rely on like two people when it comes to that big news, and Rap Sheet is one of them. If Rap Sheet doesn't report it, this shit ain't real.
I ain't saying shit. If it didn't come from Rap Sheet or Schefter, I ain't saying shit.
Listen, Trey Wingo can sit there and say it's a done deal all he wants to. Trey Wingo's a Jets fan, man. Every Jets fan wants it to be real.
My thing was when other sources started reporting it, it was like, y'all know better.
Yes,
his position, his title does not say insider next to it, so why are you fucking reporting it?
Well, listen, so you know me, I'm a fucking degen, so I am driving around in my van today with my phone right next to me, just low enough under the dash, so it can't be seen. But I'm sitting there watching NFL, the NFL channel.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got a fucking tweet alert saying Trey Wingo says this is a done deal. Literally on show, Rap Sheet says there are people reporting this is done. I have sources that say it's not done. Nobody's heard from Aaron Rodgers yet, so do not retweet this. Garrett Wilson put shit on Twitter. Listen, stop listening to players put stuff on Twitter. Just because a player puts, hey, look, I'm happy. I finally, I'm on vacation. I can relax. Listen, players want shit to happen. Players are posturing.
You see my joke? I was like, my source, this cryptic tweet.
Yes, my source. They didn't say anything. Here's the funny part is like Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner, and Garrett Wilson were all tweeting. Notice who they tagged in the tweets. They tagged each other. They didn't tag anybody else. They didn't tag the New York Jets. They didn't tag Aaron Rodgers. They didn't tag Woody. They didn't tag anybody. They just tagged each other. They are freaking just poking the bear right now.
And then freaking GW comes out and he's like, guys, I'm sorry. He was like, I quoted Dov, and I thought that it was real. And I was like,
listen, listen, Justin, I still believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet. I still believe that's coming.
Yeah, he's going to be a Jet.
I still believe it's coming, but it's not official, so you can't report it, right? So it's just you don't do that in this industry. It's just like, we've had conversations about injuries. You don't report the injury because we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is.
See it. Just because somebody tweets. Listen, in a vision last night, I saw Aaron Rodgers wearing the Joe Namath jersey. That doesn't mean that he's a Jet yet. I'm sorry, it doesn't happen that way.
It was a tough situation, but I'm glad that we navigate. I had to ask. I was like, did it happen to you? I know that it didn't happen to any of us. I know that it didn't happen to any of us.
I got followed by John Cena today, so anything could have happened.
I love you. What was your favorite free agency move?
I got followed by John Cena today. I'm not bullshitting.
I know you're not bullshitting. I never said that you were bullshitting.
I know, but you said. Yeah, I got followed by him on multiple channels today.
Like, I fucking love you, man. That is hardcore.
Want to kill me or something? Like he's stalking me at this point.
I mean, you have to be able to see him.
I can't see him.
Bucky, what was your favorite move of the day?
Oh, favorite move of the day, honestly, it goes back to the Bears trading the one with
really?
It goes back to that where they got the haul of picks. They got DJ Moore, and then they turn around today. They got Tremaine Edmonds. They got Trevon Edmonds. I mean, they are building.
They went shopping
the right way. I'm telling you, Ryan Poole, with all the bad crap that he was dealt,
Pools, whatever,
whatever his name is, he's still a fucking beast when it comes to numbers, right? So with all the crap that he was dealt, he has made bread pudding out of shit. And right now, that bread pudding is smelling and looking pretty damn good.
Pretty fucking good. No, I agree with you. I told the chat earlier, Atlanta did some good shit.
Okay, so here's the confusing part for me. I love what Atlanta has done defensively. And I
love Jonnu Smith as well.
I get it's just a 7th round pick. It's a bag of chips. But that doesn't make any sense to me. The Jonnu Smith doesn't make any sense to me.
2 tight end sets. That's why.
Yeah, it's Arthur Smith, though. I mean, it's Arthur Smith. Come on.
That team needs to be able to go big, bro.
Listen, here's what makes sense. Here's what will make sense to me after week 3, week 4, right? If Jonnu Smith is truly the tight end, and they take Pitts and put him as a wide receiver opposite Drake London.
Yep. And they got Lindstrom. They did get Lindstrom.
Well, yeah, but he just re-signed. He was on his 5th year. He was on his 5th year option, right?
Yep.
So, dude, he earned every bit of that paycheck. So, I do like what Atlanta did. Like I said, the one thing was confusing was the Jonnu Smith thing. I mean, again, you're giving up a 7th round pick. Whatever. It's not going to be. It's not going to turn out to be the next quarterback out of Iowa. So that doesn't matter.
It ain't going to be Brock Purdy. Did we talk? Yeah, I kind of touched on it. Thoughts on that, bro?
Dude, holy shit, man. Is Miami not going after a ring? Miami's going after a ring. Yeah, I think there's like 4 teams after today that really look like they're going to go after the ring. One of them being San Francisco. They're all in.
San Francisco's all in.
Yeah, San Francisco's all in with what they did. Miami, I think, is all in. I listen, the problem with Miami is going to be the amount of money that they're going to have to defer in 2 years. right? So you got Jalen Ramsey that's now all guaranteed for 23, guaranteed for 24. You picked up the 5th-year option for Tua, which I truly love. I mean, you got a $23 million quarterback basically. If you'd have done it the way the Giants did, Tua's worth 55, right? At least a year. The way that the Giants did, Daniel Jones at 40. So I think Tua's, 10 times better than Daniel Jones is. So you got to add that on there. But I think that was a very smart move. It helped them push some money out. We'll see what they do next year with Tua, of course, how he does, and then what they got to do in the contract after the 23 season. Now you've got with the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken, you've got 2 number 1 corners.
Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey.
You've got 2 could be number 1 wide receivers on any team. Right.
And you brought in a competent backup in case something happens to Tua.
Correct. It's somebody that can jump in there, play 4 games, and win you 3, at least get you 2-2 in those 4 games, kind of a thing. With Mike White, so I do like what they did. Again, I think with the dynasty mind and the dynasty mindset, what does it do to the Dolphins cap in 2 years, right? So, but look, they're all in. We've seen this. We've seen this game played with the Rams. We've seen it played with the Bucks. Did this all in for 1 or 2 years. Spend everything you can spend to go get the ring, and then at least for the Bucks, do a slight rebuild where the Rams are doing basically a full rebuild because they also traded their picks. So what I do like with the Dolphins, man, I tell you, here's the one thing that I want to see in the next 20.
Don't be surprised if the Dolphins go after one of the running backs that are available.
I was going there, J Money.
Eckler.
I don't think they go after Eckler. I think the smart move. Nope. The smart move for them is to go Miles Sanders. And here's why.
I like that. He fits that
Miles Sanders is a run the ball quarterback or run the ball running back. He doesn't catch the ball.
Nope.
Well, what do you need why do you need a pass why do you need a pass catching running back when you have Tua who doesn't check the ball down?
Oh, David Montgomery.
But Monty is a decent pass catcher.
Yeah, but he can also put his shoulder to the motherfucking face too.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just telling you, I think Sanders is the perfect fit in that offense. I think Sanders.
I'm in agreement with you. I am in agreement with you. But I don't mind that as a good 2 behind Sanders. The other 2 guys that I mentioned, I don't know if they end up where the fuck they end up. I'll be honest.
Singletary would be another one. That would be
okay.
It would be a
I like that too.
Down there in Miami.
I like that too.
Here's the problem with Derrick Henry for Miami. The good and the bad.
The age.
Right? Not even the age. Who cares what the age is at this point? He's got 1 year on his deal. And here's the funny part. Derrick Henry's going to make about $10 million this year. That's the last year of his deal. Ironically, what is the
minimum?
Well, the tag. The tag is 10.3.
The franchise. Yep.
Franchise tag is 10.3. So, I mean, if you're going to franchise stuff, you may as well go get Derrick Henry. So I get what J Money's saying right there. The problem, the bad side that I see with Derrick Henry going to the Dolphins is fantasy value. There'd be no fantasy value because that is a pass first offense.
Yep.
Right. And again, that's why I say Miles Sanders fits that offense. Because he doesn't give a shit if he gets he wants the ball, of course. But when you've got Tyreek Hill on one side, Jalen Waddle on the other.
Me being selfish, I guess, in a way. Like I'm already off the Derrick Henry train in fantasy. In redraft formats, I'm down. Dynasty, I'm not playing that game. With that being said and stated, I don't think that Henry, from a player perspective or just from an NFL perspective, wants to be the hammer. Like if I'm Derrick Henry, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to a pass first offense. Cool, and I'll just rip mine off whenever I get handed the ball. I'll play that Marshawn Lynch role.
I mean, and that's very possible. I mean, and so in that mindset, it would be a perfect fit. The other side of that coin is it has to fit and it has to all happen this year. Right? So they have to be, it can't be a 2-year plan. It's got to be a, we win it this year, period, the end.
Could Chiefs bring back McKinnon? He's cheap enough. McKinnon's not going. I don't. There's not a.
He's a
lot of
30. He's with a
options.
31-year-old running back. I don't think he's got a lot of options. I don't think that a lot of people are going to be over the moon to go and get, a 31-year-old running back to come in there.
If Casey is like, hey, we'll keep you, he's gonna say yes.
Vet minimum, probably somewhere in that range. I mean, he played very well with Pacheco. I could see that fitting again and working. So yeah, J Money, I'm with you on that. I like McKinnon back to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I like that. I want to subscribe to that. And then what was the other? I said Henry Eckler. The Eckler situation. Younger than Henry, just by a hair. Shifty, can do a lot out the backfield. Can fit a couple of different schemes. He can plug into them. There's at least 13 different teams right now off the top of my head that I'm like, he could change that shit real quick. What are your thoughts there?
I think this is a posture move by Eckler and his agent. He's due $6 million this year. Again, going back to what the tag is, it's only $10 million. So he basically wants to get paid, right? And we know the lifespan of running backs in the NFL is not long.
At all.
To 39 touchdowns. He led the NFL in touchdowns 2 years ago. He led them in touchdowns last year. Is he worth the $6 million that he's supposed to get paid this year? Absolutely. Is he worth another contract on top of that?
DeMarcus Walker from the Titans.
Yep.
The Titans fire sale continues, and the Bears continue to get richer.
Yep. So here's what I would think about, Eckler going to another team. Again, it's going to be a team that is running back needy, right? That is also doesn't have a ton of money, or that has more money to spend. So like the Bears or something like that, that has an opening. So a running back needy team. But the other side of that coin is, and I thought about this right after it came out that he asked permission to talk to other teams. And again, keep saying San Diego, but the Los Angeles Chargers do not have to give him permission because he's still in a contract for a year. How about this fit? If they do let Eckler go and let him go find another team, and the trade comes across whatever, how about Devon A-Chain in that offense?
I like A-Chain behind Pollard in Dallas with Zeke leaving. Fucker. I hate you. But it is a good fit because I'm a film guy. It's like me. I'm like I play shit out like in my head, like 4, 5, 6, like games ahead. So like I'm picturing just all the different things.
And yes, before the chat goes and kills me, I know they went and got Spiller last year.
God, I love Spiller. I love Spiller.
The Spiller experiment is what it is.
It's still an experiment, though. It's not. There's no case closed on it. There's no case closed on a lot of these running backs right now. Like there's so many backs that we didn't get to see that could possibly have that Dameon Pierce effect in their sophomore year. No. I do believe that. No, I believe that. I'm willing to subscribe to that theory. Don't be sad that Frank Clark is gone. Be excited for the next big thing that's coming. For you, Jay Money. I saw that comment. Don't be sad that he's gone. Be excited for the next big thing.
Jay, you're a Chiefs fan, man. You've gotten 2 championships in 3 years, or 2 championships in 4 years, and dude.
And they're not going to slow down. They're not. The champions
slowing
aren't
down.
stopping you. Yeah.
That's the best part is you got Andy Reid. I mean, and you got players that want to go to Kansas City.
No, look at the taxes, bro. The fuck
Well,
you got to pay.
They want to go to Kansas. They don't give a shit about taxes when it comes to
What
the
aside from the rings,
Because
what
you got to
do you
remember
have
that.
to pay?
Well, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is, so yes, I get the taxes on a millions of dollar contract, but when you're sitting there and you're also getting another million in the playoffs, and then you're getting another million for the Super Bowl, and then you're getting another million for this, plus your endorsements, plus all this, because you're a Super Bowl champion. Everybody wants to go to the Chiefs. Hell, I
Yeah.
want to go to the Chiefs, and I'm a Buck fan.
I said I want to go. Fuck. I'm with that. Yeah, I wouldn't be sad about Frank Clark being
Listen,
gone.
I'll tell you another one I'm pretty happy about today. Is Denver. I'm happy with what Denver's done today.
And are we though?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
am.
Denver still mid. I feel like
I mean,
Denver's still mid.
they may still be mid, but I'm happy that Sean Payton's going in there and is going. You know what? Screw this. Doesn't fit my system. Moving on. I'm going to go get guys that fit my system. The news that came out today, where he's shopping all three wide receivers.
Yes, I love that. Thank
It's
God.
amazing.
I fucking love
really?
that.
Like none of
I
these.
am so
none of these
sick and
receivers
tired of
basically fit my system, so I'm going to shop all of them.
Okay, so like we both play, a fair amount of fantasy football. I am so sick of and I'm not putting the indictment that I'm laying.
You're fixing to hurt
I'm
my
not-
feelings right here. I know you are. You're fixing to kill.
I'm not putting it on the players themselves. But if I'm a film guy and you're a film guy, and if all of your film study is just so honed on to the player and not the system as a whole, I can't get with the whole fucking argument of Judy's actually a good player and Cortland Sutton. No, dude, the system is flawed for them. The system does not fucking benefit them, so you're not going to convince me that they're good for my fantasy football team. Fuck you. Fuck that whole stance. No, bro. That's just me personally, and I've been waiting to finally say that. And no, I'm letting that off my chest. No, bro. No, until they land on new teams, I'm not buying any pieces of that.
So I am a film guy, and I do actually like.
I know you
Jerry
are.
Jeudy, right? I like Jerry Jeudy, and I like the
As a player,
what
not in that
he's.
system.
No. I like him as a player. However, I will put it to you like this, and I would hope this will come out 10, 15, 25 more times over the next 6 weeks. I got asked a question for a couple, I got a couple pictures, and somebody wanted to get me these pictures, and they were like, hey, send me like your best, like your most favorite pictures in football.
Yeah.
And I sent them like 4 pictures, and they were like, you don't have like a favorite player or anything like that? And I'm like, nope. I don't get attached to players.
No.
When it comes to fantasy football, I have a team, but I don't have a favorite player. Like, I guess I do. If I was going to go buy if I was going to buy a jersey, I guess.
Like, yeah, I'm a Jamar
that's
Chase
thing,
fan.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So, but it doesn't necessarily have to fit my team.
No. Yeah.
Right. So I got two pictures. One is a Buck picture and one is a Gator picture. Those are my teams. And they were like, Tim Tebow, you don't want a Tim Tebow picture? I'm like, I mean, Tim Tebow was good for the Gators, but and he's not just a lifetime Gator. I mean, who cares? Right? Whatever. So point being, I don't get attached to players. As much as I like Judy, and as much as I like other players, like you said, if they don't fit the system, and now we don't know. He may fit Sean Payton's system. He could be.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Could.
You're right. You're right on that.
But right now, what he's been for the last 3 years in the NFL, he hasn't fit the system that Denver has been.
No.
Running. Now I understand why Sean Payton's putting him so-called on the block, right? Because he may be the best goddamn player they got, including Russell Wilson. He may be the best damn player. So if I can get, and of course, They lost Bradley Chubb. They lost a couple other pieces. And then how many pieces did they trade away, plus draft picks for Russell Wilson? And that freaking experiment has been
Exactly, not panning out, you know.
They need to, for his system, he needs to go and find guys. So if the best thing I can do is trade away probably the best player and get 4 assets for that, just like we do in Dynasty, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Off the top of your head, Jerry Jeudy gets traded to what team was the best fit for Jerry Jeudy?
Dallas needs a 2. Dallas needs a 2, and they've been eerily quiet today.
I've got one in my head that I think is a perfect fit.
I could see Washington, but we are already loaded as fuck. Bucks have a lot of fucking breathing room in terms of cap. Putting him opposite of Devontae Adams is just so sweet. Those would be the ones I would go with right at the top.
I'm going to go back to the same division you started with the Cowboys and Commanders, New York Giants. Him on one side, Wandale on the other.
If he goes there, then he's automatically the one. He's automatically the one. I don't think that anyone else in that receiver room can fuck with him straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I just, there are, and I think he would fit Dayball's scheme. Other than his, hell, you and I would fit Dayball's scheme. Or Dayball would fit us in his scheme.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, yeah, dude, yeah,
hell,
I'm with that.
I'm a defensive back, so I mean, he fit me into the offensive side of this game. Hey, Gator, come over here. You can run the Y.
Bat the ball in the air over to the tight end. He's going to be running across her.
No, but I mean, to my point, to the point of he is not a bad player, right? We know he's a good player. The system he's been in has been bad. And here's the other side of that is you've got a what? He's
for all of them, it's been bad though.
He's going into his 4th year, right? 3rd or 4th year, and he's had this now his 3rd head coach, 4th head coach if you count the intern. You can't get continuity that way.
No, exactly. No, I feel like if he goes to a different location, different scenery for all of Denver's receivers, and if you get Russell some actual names and some actual talent, then some shit can really get done there.
Did you talk about Jimmy G going? I know you probably did.
What
was your first thoughts on Jimmy G going to the Raiders?
I like the move. I don't like when people are like, "Oh, the best that he's going to be for them is a game manager." That's the type of style of fucking quarterback he plays, bro. Shut up.
I mean, it's the same thing he's done for whatever it's been, 11 years or 9 years that he's been in the league. So
I don't. So I didn't like that take. That was kind of another one of the moves where like I saw some of our colleagues where I was like, "Do y'all forget what he's done? Like, are we just forgetting about resume?" I can't stand when resume gets thrown out and it's just like, I'm gonna appease my followers for clicks. Like, I get that. Do whatever you got to do. Be realistic. But this is a good pickup for the Raiders.
It's a good pickup for the Raiders, and it does not, at least in my opinion, it does not change Jimmy G. He's still a QB2.
It doesn't change Jimmy G. I didn't go, oh my gosh, wow. But I said, you can win games with this guy. I did say that. I did say that you can improve your record. What's impressing me about Vegas is the Marcus Epps. Jimmy G does not impress me nearly as much as the signing of Epps. I'll keep it 100.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G's two NFC championship games in 3 years or something like that. He took the 49ers. Now, here's the downside to Jimmy G is he's played an average of 10 games per year.
So he's good until he gets hurt. He's good until he gets hurt.
I think, and this is where Denver stepped in and was like, "Oh, Jared Stidham, come on down." So now there is
that was a chess move. That was a get fucked move.
Yes. So that's where I was going with it. That was a chess move. That was, it's not checkmate, but
if you don't have the depth to be able to perform at that position, I've now got an edge up on you.
So and that was such a sneaky move, I think. Because we're gonna sit here and talk about
these.
If
we wanted the radar.
Well, yeah, but when I say sneaky, the Denver Broncos almost made it to where Stidham could not say no to it. They guaranteed him $5 million. The Raiders
weren't Stidham, by the way. Stidham's a homie.
Yeah, so it's like okay, you're gonna guarantee me $5 million to sit on the bench behind Russell Wilson. I'd have done it for $1 million. I'm just saying, I'd have done it for $1 million.
Stidham in Denver.
Stidham robbed them for $5 million. So.
Yo, Stidham in Denver. Let's get him on the freaking show and let's do some Colorado shrooms with him and fucking talk football.
As long as he doesn't go, let's ride.
Ew. Got it. I thought I got away from that. I forgot what the new one is this year. The new one's not Let's Ride. Fuck, I can't. Oh God.
Well, because it didn't work last year.
Yeah, there's a new one. There's a new one now.
Sam Darnold is going to be QB1 in J Money's wet dreams, I guess, because it ain't going to happen in San Francisco.
That man's QB3 on that roster. It's literally Trey Lance. Trey Lance is gonna break his shit, and then Brock Purdy's gonna take over, be perfectly fine.
I don't know if he's QB3. He might be QB4.
I don't think they. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm with that because he's damn sure not better than Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got what, the number 2 pick in a draft overall, right? Is that Sam Darnold was number 2 or was he number 3?
2 or 3. I can't remember. Anyway, he sucks so bad. I don't want to remember.
He was a top 3 pick in a draft. And he's battling, literally going to go to battle for the number 2 quarterback position on a team with Mr. Irrelevant.
But Mr. Irrelevant was undefeated until he got hurt.
Well, Mr. Irrelevant's going to beat him out. But I'm saying that as you got the number 273rd pick.
Look at how Brock Purdy. Look at Brock Purdy's release. Look at when Brock Purdy releases the pill, and then look at when it's Sam Darnold, and you're like, what the fuck was that? You were a first round pick, like, bruh. There's some of these QBs out here. There's some of these. And
this might be why in the hell San Francisco decided that was a good idea.
Dog, yo, hold up. What if? Okay, you ready for this? You ready for NFL conspiracy theory time? You ready?
No, probably not. But go ahead.
There are 4 weeks left in the XFL season. In the XFL, you will have probably the Houston Roughnecks win the whole thing. Their quarterback is Brandon Silvers. We always get these weird fucking, man, myth, the legend stories from like these kind of promotional leagues, these farm leagues. Brandon Silvers comes in and beats out Sam Darnold for the QB3 spot.
I can't wait.
Sam Darnold is fucked out of an NFL job.
I cannot wait till I know there's been some talk of, and I know this is going off tangent because we're talking free agents and stuff like that, but I know
that's no free agency topic.
There was some talk of at one point, I don't know if it was USFL or if it was, it may have been USFL, partnering with the NFL and not so much being like a farm system, but allowing like certain teams to claim players, but still have them play for the USFL, right? So the players were getting paid by the NFL team as like a practice squad kind of a deal.
Bro, do you know what I would do if the NFL finally adopted a farm system, bro?
Oh my God. Is that not the greatest idea in the world? I just came up with that.
This podcast has been preaching it for years. I've been begging for it for years.
It's my idea. You cannot have it, Robbie. Nope. This is not a cooking show. This is not a cooking show, Robbie. We're not doing call parts.
bro. We're not doing car parts. No, like we've been like brought that up. Like the day the NFL has an official developmental league, I'll be the happiest man on earth.
They have to. They have to. I mean, I think they have to do it for not just the players, but they have to do it for the officials as well.
Hell yeah, because these officials suck. But we're not having an official suck show.
No, I just think it would be a great spot to you could try out like the XFL did a few years ago when they first came in, trying different rules and doing different things. I'm telling you right now, probably the best thing the XFL does is the replay stuff.
Oh, the replay, I love hearing the plays.
Dan Bongino is it not Dan John Bongino?
Dean Blandiano.
Yeah. He
Blandino,
in the booth. He in the booth is a fucking beast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the way he explains it as he's going through it is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
No, for real. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, I think that could also be like a great like developmental, kind of like wheelhouse for them.
Mm-hmm.
And plus it's The Rock. Like, who wouldn't want to have him as a business partner? Bucks, Eagles eyeing Brissett.
Yeah, the Bucks are looking at least by word from, and this came down from Rap Sheet. They are looking at both Brissett and Baker Mayfield. My opinion, as a Bucks fan, I would rather them go get Brissett. Brissett
will win me games for sure.
He'll win games, but he can also. I mean, I think ultimately, right now, I think the Bucks want Kyle Trask to be the starter.
I don't think you can.
I mean, listen. Slow down. We're not winning anything this year.
That.
Listen. We got Derek Carr in our division. We can't win. We have Derek Carr is now in the division. It's just like that's the new Tom Brady. We're not winning anything, so we may as well just settle, right? And go get Drake May or Caleb Williams, number one next year. If that means we got to start Kyle Trask.
I don't think that Kyle Trask ever sees. I mean, forbidding injury to whoever the starter is, I don't think that we ever see Trask step on him.
I get it, but you got to listen. Every Tom Brady started a game before he became Tom Brady.
You're right.
Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. Kyle Trask was a 2nd-round pick. No, he wasn't a top 5 pick. He wasn't a 1st-round pick where it's like immediately go start. Well, he didn't have to because he had. Listen, the dude has sat behind Tom Brady for goddamn
still years. Throws an ugly ball.
Maybe. We don't know what he's done. We haven't seen his tape in the last.
We haven't seen him in forever. We haven't seen him since preseason last year.
Well, we saw him in the Atlanta game for like 4 downs. But I mean,
that was fucking ugly.
But it was still. It's like you just now threw him in. J Money, I would go under on that. Just to be honest, right now.
Yeah, they're going to try and go for Caleb Williams.
I mean, listen. Caleb Williams has come out and said he wants to be in Miami. That's not going to happen unless Miami just absolutely just dumpster fires something because they're going all in.
Hold on, we brought this up before on this show where teams can put some shit together. And
Tampa is only 3.5 hours car ride. It's less than that in the plane, of course. And when you make that much money, it's even less than that in the plane.
Hey, touche. Good, valid point. I don't know. The Bucks,
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Why wouldn't you want to come to Tampa?
The Bucks situation is super interesting because it's like a rebuild that's. I don't know how to explain it. Like the defense is definitely getting weaker.
Yeah, well, we did re-sign Jamel Dean today.
Jamel Dean, you cut Jamel Dean.
Hopefully,
but you're losing Levante David.
Well, I mean,
you're gonna lose Levante David.
It's possible. I mean, listen, they restructured Vita Vea. They did release offensive lineman. I can't remember his damn name. Anyway, they released him, freed up a little bit of cap room. Not a ton.
I don't think Michael Thomas is going anywhere. Sorry, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Michael Thomas to the Chiefs. Who the fuck wants the goddamn Saints don't want Michael Thomas. Why would the Chiefs want Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas is trying to stay now that he has Derek Carr as his quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chiefs are the Saints are just gonna eat that money. But so yeah, the Bucks are here's the thing is where most teams kick the can that money down the road. The Bucks have said, fuck it, we're gonna eat it right now this year. I think it's like a $33 million hit, something like that, with the Tom Brady money. They with the dead money. They could push it where it's 11 million this year, then 24 million next year. They said the hell with it. We're gonna eat it this year.
Yep. Deal with it now.
Yeah, go ahead and deal with it up front, and then try to build from there. Hopefully,
like the fucking Mets paying Bobby Bonilla for fucking ever.
Yeah, that just ended like 4 years ago. They paid him for like 13, 14. Well, they paid him for like 22 years or something like that, $1 million. That was Bobby Bonilla Day. It was probably the best day in the world for us Braves fans. It was like a celebration. It was like popping champagne for like, every time that the last undefeated team in NFL lost, and all of a sudden, of course, it was just happened to be ready that all of the old Dolphins from '72 were ready to pop the champagne. Braves were the same way. Every July or June 1st, it was like, oh, it's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Boom, let's go, bro. They're still
anybody in the NL East love that.
There's still till this day people post about it. It's still a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Don't kick the can.
It's so the Bobby Bonilla Day lasted so long. People just put it on their calendar.
Yep.
And so it automatically pops up and it goes, oh yeah, happy Bonilla Day.
Yep. I used to have an alarm for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like the fact that.
Like how long after Bobby Bonilla Day was over? So it's only been over for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like did you cancel your alarm that day, or did you like the following year?
It was not just like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so it was like you were still getting Bobby Bonilla Day updates, and it was like,
yeah,
it's over. It finally,
yeah, and I still see posts about it every June 1st. Like it's just a thing. Like people still are like, yo, remember when this was a thing? It's like, yeah, we all do. Yeah. But no, and I bring up that comparison because it's like, yeah, like to what you said, don't kick the can. You don't want to end up in that situation. Albert Hainsworth was that situation. Obviously not as long because it's NFL money, but you don't want to end up in those types of situations. So you're right. Don't kick the can. Eat it. I like that.
We all say the cap is a fake number. Well, it's truly not a fake number. It's great GMs that are eyeing a championship. And if you pay attention to a lot of these GMs that win a championship and then look at their books 3 years after the championship, they're either not employed with that team anymore because they've kicked that can. They were very, very smart as far as moving money or whatever, but it's put that team into a cap issue for 4, 5, 6 years, a la the LA Rams. And then your head coach is like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And so he's stressing because he's got to coach a team that he doesn't want to coach.
Yep.
And then he's got no draft capital. Then he's got no players. Yep. So he's like, the fuck do I do? I got to trade Jalen Ramsey for a 7th round pick. I got to trade. It's like
in every sports movie that shows the front office.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry fucking Maguire. Like, come on, like, guys.
Yeah, not everything's going to end up like draft day. You're not going to trade away what should be the best player in order to get even the better player 7 hours later. It doesn't happen that way.
No. And just the way that draft day played that whole thing. Granted that was based off a real true story, but still no. Anything else that we want to touch on here in this final 5 minutes?
Yeah, I got to get ready to we only got a few weeks, so I get to binge watch draft day for a 24-hour period. And then get ready for the NFL draft because that's the tradition right now. It's just like you got to binge watch it and get ready.
I do that actually. I do that.
You do.
I think that everyone does that. Shout out Disney Plus.
If you were to, how on So like a little,
Oh
little
God, you
back
really want me to give that fucking take?
a little back end secret here. So on YouTube, on the analytics side of things, we can actually go and look at like hour by hour, minute by minute. So can you imagine with like Disney Plus and like Hulu and Amazon, everybody's what show for that 24-hour period up to the NFL draft is the most streamed and most
It's
watched?
definitely draft
It's
day.
gotta be draft day, right?
It's a combination of probably draft day in the league, like going back and rewatching old episodes of the league. NFL draft, we're gonna be live
Ballers.
all 3 days. Yeah, we're gonna be live all 3 days on this channel.
Ballers on
Um,
HBO was fucking phenomenal
yeah,
with the
ball is just fucking awesome.
If you
I
haven't
love
gone and
Ball.
watched that, definitely go check that out. That's
Yeah.
definitely
My take on Ja,
No,
he's
no,
he's
no,
fucking
no.
Gilbert Arenas 2.0.
He needs to slap his
Um,
daddy for letting him go do it.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, at least he's in a facility now, and he's gonna do some counseling. So I'm happy about that. That's my take on Ja. Don't fucking you don't hold your gun like this on a live stream either. And it's fucked up that the strip club releases goddamn photos. You're not supposed to do that.
When he gets out of that facility, he needs to go beat his daddy's ass
Yes,
for not being
yeah.
a dad.
Yeah.
Listen,
Trying to be his fucking friend.
yes, quit being your kids' friends. Be their parent.
Yeah, be their parent.
I don't care how much money that you make. Be a parent. And that goes for all shapes, sizes, male, female. Be a fucking parent to your kid.
Yeah, there's no reason that Josh should even spun out like that. And like certain people be like, oh well, it's Memphis. Nah, like dog.
No,
It
that
ain't
ain't got to do with Memphis. That ain't where he's from. That ain't got
That
nothing
ain't
to
where
do
you
with
from. That ain't where you was grown and raised. You need to stop hanging around with them. No, Josh's the type of person like, oh, what y'all about to go do? Oh, let me ride, bro. You ain't got no business getting up in the goddamn car. Get your ass out of here, man. But no, that's my take on that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Grow
No?
up. I hope he grows up from it. I hope he learns.
I think he definitely
really
did.
does. I think he
I
did.
think he did. Yeah. It's kind of hard not to.
Listen, I am so stoked for the free agency to wrap up. That means we're getting closer and closer and closer to NFL draft time. That means we're getting closer and closer to preseason, which means we're getting closer and closer to real football. And I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Draft season for fantasy is hot and heavy. Startups are just crazy. I got league fights left and right, which I keep declining. Everybody wants me in a league, and I'm not doing it. I've got 27 dynasty leagues right now. I can't add any more. Can't add any more. Hey, listen, I got my ring in last week for my one championship. The other guy still hasn't sent it to me, but that's whatever.
We talked about the XFL a little bit ago.
I haven't even watched the XFL at all, Slap. I haven't watched that.
I hit on both the XFL games last Sunday. Yesterday. I hit on both of them. And I hit on Saturdays. Yeah, I actually cleared out the XFL over the weekend.
Yeah, it's still
Slap, just fucking play fantasy football. It's so much fun.
Slap, get in the league, dude.
It's like when you get a tattoo for the first time, you're like, oh, now I need more.
Oh yeah, that is a statement. That's a true statement right there. But no,
first time you got set, you're like, oh, this is great.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get hot and heavy into the league. Listen, this is for me something like I'm a dynasty player, so it's super busy this time of year for me. It's more busy now than it is during the season for a player like me. Plus all the content that I'm putting out and trying to put out. But man, I'm doing so much shit in the background now, and it feels so good.
Yeah, I'm definitely pumping out a lot more. I
see you over there on the TikToks and on the IGs and throwing out there, making the.
No, I don't really do too much Instagram. Like I just reshare. I just reshare all my other shit. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you're resharing where you're doing the funnies, like where the game systems and all that. If you haven't watched Robbie on the game system where the girl's bitching about which game system he has. And he's
like, good. That shit is fucking great.
You just slept with a guy
you just slept with a Nintendo player. Like,
check that
you
out.
just started with a fantasy football podcast. Or like the fuck.
That's good shit. That's good
Yo,
shit.
that one was great. I got a couple dropping here this week where I'm gonna be giving you guys some dynasty picks. I got one where I kind of maybe imitate someone that is very sleepy. You know where I'm kind of going with that joke. I have one where, but I'm gonna put like a fantasy football like dynasty spin to it. So it's gonna be great. I got a comedy sketch where it's like kind of like featuring Travis Scott, and then I'm gonna be giving you guys my college basketball upsets this week.
100% agree, George. They just need to get that shit over with.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna pass that exam. Can they just, George? We're gonna. Luckily, this YouTube channel will be willing to provide you guys accurate information when it happens. Fucking people out here just tweeting shit just to tweet shit.
Well, we got to get clicks. It's called clickbait.
Clickbait. Look, I'm so happy that I don't do that. I'm so happy that I have made a career off of not doing that.
You tried one time, and I corrected you real quick on your little.
When? Which one?
Because we had just had a conversation about an injury, and like the very next week, you started to make the assumption. I was like, we don't do that on this show, and you're like, oh yeah.
I was like, I was like, this is what it looks like. This is what I think it is. I'm ready for Jordan Love, and thank God we re-signed Keyshawn Nixon.
Yes, Keyshawn Nixon was a big signing.
Head coach is a great move too. Yeah, you guys. It's going to be interesting. It's a slow, steady, progression. Yes, I am going to try and go live for a few of the college games for you guys. I definitely am. Other than that, I think we've covered everything that we needed to. Gator. What final thoughts? Are you good?
Nah, man, y'all check me out over there, Fantasy J77 over on Twitter. Man, it's been fun. I'm glad you hung out for me, dude. I said 9:00 and it was like 9:30 when I was able to get on. So I appreciate you dragging it out for me to be able to get on here. But no, I appreciate you, Robbie.
Already. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? Follow me at Rumboyz Robbie on Twitter. Rumboyz spelled Z-N-E-T everywhere else. Let's go dilly dilly.
Holy shit.